Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Siquijor, a popular tourist attraction island here in the Philippines, is going to allow tourist entry without vax card, without swab test results. So that is the beginning of what we should see going on many other places. What I have found in the Philippines and probably around much of the world is that the official rules and what the reality is on the street have been different for some time. But in the case of Siquijor, I believe that prior to this announcement, they have been asking for proof of vaccination and or swab test if you weren't vaccinated by taking a PCR test. I think 72 hours before you arrived, you could go about your business on Siquijor Island. I've been told by a number of expats who travel regularly to other islands that they are no longer being asked for any vaccination cards, any other documentation. That could change quickly, so best to check with the locals, find out what's going on. The provincial government of Siquijor has dropped the presentation of vaccination cards and negative RT-PCR test results at ports of entry for travelers going to the island province. Governor Jake Vincent Villa signed on September 28th executive order, which also made the wearing of face masks optional in open spaces and uncrowded outdoor areas. Villa stressed that his EO, though, that all establishments, businesses, private entities have the discretion to require the continual wearing of masks within their respective premises. He said masks must still be worn in hospitals, clinics, other medical diagnostic facilities. Persons who are immunocompromised, sick, or having flu-like symptoms are also mandated to wear masks outside of their residence. Everybody should know by now there is a certain risk factors for getting severe illnesses. And being aged, I think in the UK the average age of death from COVID was like 82 point something years old. So if you're very old, if you're obese, if you're diabetic, heart issues, lung issues, if you're not well, if you're sick, you are at much higher risk. Most of the rest of the world, the healthy individuals, have a very low risk of severe case. And that is stated by the World Health Organization, WHO, understands that, states that, as does the CDC. So hopefully this will quickly snowball across the Philippines and eventually, very quickly, end up as being part of the Philippines' national government policy as well. Now I'm going to take you on a motorbike ride, so come along if you have time and interest in seeing a little bit of Cebu City, Mandaue City. So let's get to it. So taking a hobble ride, a motorbike taxi ride from uptown Cebu City, going over towards SNR in Mandaue City. And Velez Hospital just to the left of me, tall building ahead of me, that's Velez Medical Center. And I've never been in there. It's so near to where I live that I need to stop in there. I want to see a dermatologist soon, so I'll go in there and see what they have. Casino type place right to the left here. And I guess they're hoping the casinos are back open and operating. Big event. I think they've got a number of events that they hold there. Never been in there. That pinkish building right there, that is a condotel where individual owners, you can buy, you as a person in a condotel, you buy the unit and you can manage it. But usually the developer, the property management companies, rent them out, and there are various payment type schemes. I've done a video in there. And for those of you who don't know, I've got over 1,000 videos, a lot of videos of condominiums. There again, Indiana condotel just to the left there, and this new one up here, City Clow, that they're building. Huge condominium project, and I need to get up and do do a video in their model homes. They're models of their condominium units. I have done a lot of videos of condominiums. What do they rent for? What do they look like? What do you get? What do they sell for? That in some subdivisions in Cebu City metropolitan area, as well as other areas. I've been over to Bacolod. Haven't done any condo videos there, but Iloilo I did 1 or 2 videos of condominiums there. I do cost of living videos, travel videos, just fun videos, and so anyway, check out my channel, my other things. If you have not subscribed, big majority of people who watch my videos have not subscribed. So please subscribe. That really helps with the channel. Anyway, a lot of you can see the big drainage tiles in here. And I'll show you some more later where they're putting big drainage tiles in over here. And building right ahead of us, that is Spianata Condominium. I almost rented there right before the pandemic, but they would not negotiate the price. It wasn't a bad space. It wasn't very well furnished, put it that way. And for what the setup was, I wasn't willing to spend what they wanted. And the owner was a Filipino who lived in Florida, I believe. And the property management people, I don't know if they ever contacted her or if they just told me no. But anyway, shortly after that, the pandemic happened. Everything shut down. So still, there are tens of thousands of condos, hotel rooms, resort rooms open. Lots of motivated people. Rental prices have dropped for the most part 20% or more. That used to be the Mango Hotel, I believe. Then somebody bought it, named it the White Knight Hotel. They had a fire there, I don't know, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and it closed, and it's for lease. The property is for lease. If you want to start a school or a hotel, something else. This is Mango Avenue, which many people call Mango Avenue. Officially, the name is General Maxilome Avenue. That tall building just to the center right is City Loft, and it is not being occupied yet. Some issue with some permitting or something. It's owned by the Crown Regency Group, I understand. I've done a video in there, but I haven't put it up because they haven't opened up. Maybe that's something I'll do in the coming week. I'll put that video up, and regardless whether it's open or not. Anyway, off to the left here, big cemetery, and a lot of the people who carved that's the entrance there. A lot of the people who carved the headstones or the burial plaques, I guess you call them, maybe. If you take a left here, it takes you back kind of towards Ayala Mall, Cebu Business Park area. And Persimmon Condominium down there, one of the videos I lived in, and have done 2 or 3 videos there. And we're going to go down, follow this, we're going to go down past Robinson's Galleria Mall. There are a number of Robinson's malls in town. There are 2 Robinson's malls on Fuente Osmeña Circle in the uptown area. There's Robinson's Fuente and Robinson's Cybergate, and the newest mall in town at the present time. There are a couple others being built. Is Robinson's Galleria down here. Unique, kind of interesting, unique mall, worth a visit. You can see it's a pretty sunny day today, and we've been having more, in fact, during the big typhoon that went through Luzon, Carding. We had about 3 days. They were cloudy and windy. Anyway, that tall building to the left, that is a Land Traders condominium. It is running quite a bit late, and I think they had quite a bit of damage during their December, the big typhoon. To the right is a Summit Galleria Hotel, and it is basically attached to, right to the right is the huge Robinson's Galleria Mall. They've got a Denny's in there, and I've eaten in there a couple times, and they're getting very little business for some reason. I'm not sure if it's the higher prices. I'm not sure. Now I had a breakfast. I used to love their breakfasts, the big breakfast, and I commented. I told them, this bacon doesn't taste like, doesn't have the texture of bacon, doesn't taste like bacon. I've never tasted anything like it. And the lady said, well, it's a local bacon. And I said, well, I buy local bacon. I am now, this is a different location. I am over in Mandawi City, and just to the left is the bridge. I just came across the bridge from Mactan Island. That big building to the center right is Maayo Medical Center, and I've done a video in there. Very new place, a lot of new equipment, and interesting place to check out. Anyway, check out maybe I'll put a link at the end of this video to that video. Anyway, getting back to the reason I didn't include the rest of my trip is because my video was corrupted or something. It just would not read. So I'm using part of a different trip where I took my motorbike around Mactan Island, and then I'm just crossing the bridge. Anyway, and it was a Sunday, so very little traffic out here. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Denny's one day and order bacon, and if I have the same experience, I'm going to contact management and their purchasing people and explain to them, you might want to change a few things if you want to start attracting more business. And I've eaten right next door is TGI Fridays. I've been in there, and there's been several customers in there. But the 2 or 3 times I've been in Denny's, I'm almost the only, in fact, I think 2 times, I was the only guest in there. I wanted to do video here this last day of September, and so this is it. I'm working on a couple of other videos, one about rental prices, property prices here in the Philippines, in Cebu, even more particular. And a number of other videos that I'm working on. This has really been I enjoy what I do. But it takes up a huge amount of time. Taking video, researching. I start with a simple idea sometimes, but then you start doing research and more research and more research, and hours go by, days go by, weeks go by as you try to compile more and better information. And sometimes I wish I had a crew doing the editing and putting together the real fancy graphs and all that sort of stuff. All that stuff takes time and energy, and it's every time you get a new program to do something like that, that's another learning process. Anyway, I spend a couple hours almost every morning answering comments, answering emails. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is make some coffee or make my turmeric tea. Oftentimes, turmeric tea. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, and I put apple cider vinegar in it, and I blend lemons, and I make lemon ice cubes, and I put a couple of those in there. Good source of vitamin C and other nutrients. And so I get my coffee and I read my Philippine news, my international news, and probably shouldn't do that. Some days it makes me a little bit angry reading the news. Anyway, then I oftentimes get on my computer if I don't have a trip planned someplace right away to do some video or meet with somebody. Get on the computer and spend a couple hours answering comments and emails, and then I'm often doing editing or getting my gear set to go someplace, do some videoing. Getting back to travel, unvaccinated, unrestricted, without requirements. It is my belief with Thailand opening up, with Canada opening up, over 85 countries opening up. No restrictions, no vaccine required, no masks required, no other restrictions. Come and spend your money. It is my belief that the Philippines is going to, before the end of November, hopefully before the end of October, to announce that in November they will be open for tourists, all tourists, without discrimination. It's my belief that they're going to have to do that. And I know there are people in various departments, Department of Health, that would like to see everyone wearing masks forever. That's what I've read in the paper. But I don't think it's going to happen. And I didn't have any issues going over to Dumaguete, almost 2 months ago. And up to the left there, that big building there, that is the Bai Hotel, B-A-I, the largest hotel, I think, with over 600 rooms outside of Metro Manila. Number of restaurants in there. I've eaten in their buffets a couple times, pretty good. Lots of good selections. Just to the right of me, they're going to tear down the old damaged convention center that was damaged in 2013, earthquake and typhoon. And they're going to build a casino, hotel, resort type thing there. So there are a lot of changes going on. I've seen a lot of changes in 7 years, a lot more coming up. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.